How's it going, guys? MTV Cribs, welcome to my office. Let's go, come this way. So you guys have been asking me a lot about behind the scenes in the office, in my office, the place where I actually do YouTube videos and also do my daily job. So I thought I would invite you guys in. So here, right at the beginning, you can see it like every morning when I come in, get to see that Harvey Newman is now a director, something to get me inspired every day since, yeah, I'm really happy with my job right now and my team and all that stuff. And I thought, why not? You know, kind of looks like a Hollywood director, which I'm not, but still director, right? So come over here and I'll show you right here. This is actually like 2 Time magazines. You'll see that going forward is going to be a theme of the office. I used to collect Time magazines a lot way back in the day. And before I started working Battlefront, actually in Star Wars at DICE, I actually got these magazines and I thought these were perfect because as a fan of Star Wars, this symbolizes the past and the future of Star Wars. And to me, I was like, this is great. It's genius how Time magazine actually put them together. So when I received them, I actually framed them this way, which came out quite nice. I'm really proud of this. And it's something else that inspires me every morning as soon as I come in to the office to get to do work every day. Continuing with the tour, this magazine, this Time magazine is the one that I'm actually most proud of. So this Time magazine came out in December 27th, 1954. So a little bit older than I am. And I actually bought this off eBay and I framed it because this was obviously when, you know, Walt Disney was at its height and basically was taking over the world. And I think this Time magazine is a classic, it's iconic, seeing Walt Disney with every creation that he had. It's pretty inspiring, which yet this is why I put it here once again, you know, Star Wars, animation, Walt Disney. Another thing that actually gets me inspired every morning when I come into the office. Now, coming over here, this is the space that I actually get to work on. So I have 2 desks, which might seem a little bit too much, but this desk here is dedicated to my daily job. This one is for YouTube only. So I have my iMac and I do my YouTube editing when I have to. And also I actually do my covers on Photoshop, all of that stuff for YouTube, I do it here. Now, starting from this side to this side, I should start by showing you guys more Time magazines. I have Steve Jobs here as a first one, because to me, Steve, you know, as controversial as he is one of the most inspiring because of the way he thought about hiring people, about managing people, you know, his tenacity when it comes to business and being business savvy. Really admire that guy. Then we have Barack Obama here, arguably the guy that I actually admire the most. Because to me, like, he kind of like epitomizes everything that I would like to be. A wise person, a wise black man trying to make something of himself that kind of achieved like the top of what he had to do, in this case politics, being a president. And the way he talks, the way he actually thinks is incredibly inspiring to me. And that is a person that I aspire to actually become like one day. Very far from it, but who knows. And then we have Martin Luther King, right? Because just like Barack Obama, same thing, you know, a black man that achieved a lot and stood up for what was right, and actually was a person that actually inspired others, which is exactly what I hope to become one day. Who knows? So as you can see, Time magazines everywhere since the very beginning when you started. I also have, if you actually point the camera over there, I also have a massive Action Comics. Everyone that actually reads comics probably recognizes this cover specifically, and it's like Superman number 1, the most expensive comic cover of all time, sold for 20-30 million a few years back. Crazy. This does not cost 20-30 million, just disclosure. This is just a poster that I bought, probably costs about 10 pounds, really cheap, but looks cool, right? And I have a tall ceiling, so why not? So when it comes to music, I love music with a passion. So you'll see like here, like my passions all over the place. Music is something like I love as much as animation. I'm really passionate about music. I had a music blog for a long time that is still around, thewordisbond.com. Check it out. So I was the founder, created a team, it's still going strong. It's all about hip hop. Love hip hop. So Hip hop and jazz are the two types of musics that I like the most, also R&B. So I have a little bit of both here. Matt Villain here and Miles Davis. And then I have a few records down here on the bottom that you can see. I like to kind of switch them from time to time. I have Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love, The Percussions, highly underrated hip hop album. Earth, Wind & Fire, because classic, soul music. J Dilla, The Shining, amazing hip hop album. Everyone knows this, Michael Jackson, Bad. And To Pimp a Butterfly. All these records are actually real records. They are vinyl records, they're not just pictures. So I'm very careful with them. I try to actually kind of make sure that they actually are as organized as possible and they actually are in its own place as best as they can. So here we have some hats. You guys might recognize Harvey Newman hat, the Newman logo. So this is where I do every time. I actually kind of put my hat here and then I'm ready to actually shoot videos, right? This is how I kind of roll. So here's the display of things that once again I like or I'm a fan of or I have done. A Buddha to actually get me inspired once again every day, get me calm, get me peaceful, get me feeling good every day. We have London Bridge, Paris. London Bridge is me, Paris is Camille. My fiancé is French, beautiful stuff. And here's a nice thing. This is us in Lego, our family. So myself, Camille, and then Jasmine as a baby. We got this a long time ago. So from time to time, we can put them there like this. Looks really cool. It's awesome. I love it. We also have some hands here. Oops. Oh, Camille fell. This is our family as well. I'm really proud of this. We actually did this on a weekend that we got bored and actually soak our hands in paint. Pretty cool. This is lanyards that I actually got over the years. So we have like Gamescom and Sega. Recently, Jasmine and I actually put this together. The NES system, the NES Lego set that they actually kind of put together. Really cool how the cartridge comes out and goes back in. Just like the real thing, so cool. And then we have a few more things here. So the 9 Man, flip books, you guys must have seen that because I had a few videos talking about it. And then we had the placards that I actually got at DICE. So one for Battlefront Live, another one for Battlefield 5, and another one for Battlefront when it first came out. A bunch of books, quite a lot of animation books, quite a lot of comic books. Kind of summarizes my life between the two, which is nice. This is basically my YouTube desk, as I mentioned before. On this side, there's a couple more records that I really love. Those two records are Illmatic and Midnight Marauders. Summarize my love for hip hop, you know, probably the best two hip hop albums of all time, hands down. You guys can debate with me about that in the comments if you love hip hop. So if you actually come over here, I actually have this statue here by this artist that I found on Instagram. He actually kind of signed it to Harvey. I bought this this year, early this year, and he came along. Looks really cool. So if you guys can actually make it off, it's basically like MODOK from the comics. And basically, instead of being MODOK, it's actually Biggie. It's like Biggie's face. And then he has like Kirby right there on top. And it has a crown that, you know, you can take off or you can like put it back on. The conjunction of the two look really, really cool. Like that mixture of the two looked amazing. And once again, comics and music, for me, just like, you know, it's awesome. So this actually kind of, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need this. I really need this. And the artist kind of like sent it over to me. Really cool, from the US. Traveled a long way to get here, but made it. I kind of wish I was good at painting these kind of statues because I would have painted this, but I'm not even going to touch it because I don't want to make it worse. Now, over here, I have my stand-up desk. So this desk goes up and down, which is amazing. I got it recently and I love it with a passion. It's the best thing. Next to me, I have my camera gear. So the camera that Camille is actually recording right now is the EOS R, and normally goes here. I have my lenses here. I actually have to cover this before I break it. Batteries, all kinds of stuff, lenses, filters, my old trusty 5D Mark III that I used to use a lot before. Now I use the EOS R, but I used to use this a lot. I am gonna sell this at some point in the future, but it's difficult to get rid of such a good camera. And you kind of grow attached to these things as well, because you know they give you so much content. It's like really sturdy, really awesome camera. I also have a G7X right now. Really sturdy camera to actually kind of have on the go. I normally use this if I actually gonna go outside and record some video still, even though it's an old camera, still super, super sturdy. And then I have a monitor here. I use this to record videos. So I'll put this on top of the camera that Camille is recording right now. And then basically I can see myself while recording. Really, really cool. Highly recommend you guys getting one of these. Here's my light box, my mic. This is what I use, an L stand in order to actually get my mic to actually kind of sound quite right. I move everything around here. And then I have my tripod here on the back. This is what I use. The setup that I normally use here in this corner is that I bring the camera closer and the light and the mic all down here around this area. And then basically I stand over here more or less, and this is how I talk to the camera, right? I have a different lens normally. I have my 35mm lens, but normally this is how I talk to the camera. This is what you see behind me, so now you know. And then most importantly, here is a cabinet. I have 2 document cabinets, but on top of them here on my side, I have a bunch of comics that I have yet to read. So this is actually really useful because the idea here is that I can actually pick up a comic and like read it really quickly while I'm on my break, or I'm bored, or after work, or something else to actually relax. I can read the comic, and then once I'm done, I'll put it on the pile that has been read, and I can continue going. And at the moment, I'm reading Hawkeye, I'm reading Black Widow, I'm reading Ultraman, pretty cool. Bunch of stuff. Fantastic Four, Outcast, Spider-Woman, and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, Wolverine is back, so I'm reading that's for sure. Now, when it comes to actually my setup for work, I actually have, like, you know, it's pretty simple. I have my computer for work there, 2 monitors. I use a Blue Yeti to get my audio out, and then I use a Marshall speaker to kind of pump some music and also listen to people whenever I have interviews. It's really nice because the Blue Yeti doesn't pick up any of the music coming out of that. It looks like it, but it actually is kind of a mute. When it comes to like getting that sound, it only picks up my voice, and the sound from those speakers is pretty cool. It does voice and music really, really good. So that's basically it. I have headphones here, really awesome headphones. I used to use this before I actually got this set up. I sometimes still use it when I get feedback from the speakers or anything goes wrong. So they are here just in case I need them. And then lastly, I have my iPad here, my trusty iPad, a bunch of notifications. And I use this to actually kind of, whenever I have a break or I have some spare time, I'll jump here, answer tweets, send tweets, all of that good stuff. I do it all from over here when I'm not on my phone. A few more posters and things on the wall that you guys should see. So I have a Spider-Man cover here, which is super classic. First appearance of Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy, really, really nice. And then I have Iron Man as well. This is not the first appearance of my Iron Man, but I really like this cover, which is awesome. And then here on the corner, because this is YouTube and this is games, I have just stuff from games or TV that actually makes me feel inspired every day. So I have Mario Bros. That actually has an explanation about when the game came out for the first time. Then we have Donkey Kong on top, right? Because, you know, classic. And then on the left to that, I have White Man Can't Jump. I used to watch that movie a lot when I was a teenager, mainly because I like basketball and I like the vibe of that movie. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it because it's really nice. And then Batman TV series, arguably the best animated TV series of all time. I think that's all I had for you guys, really. I don't see anything else that I can show, right? Yeah, I think that's all. This is basically how I roll. This is my space. I really like this space, actually, I have to say, because before, as you guys might have seen in Sweden, it was just this corner that I had on a really tiny space. And I couldn't really move away from that space. I had to stay there. That's why I never did like a tour, because there was nothing to tour. Now I have a proper space that I can actually be in, and I can work in, and I can actually like go from desk to desk and do my thing. Feels really good, and it makes working from home so much better. That's all I had for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, the tour. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys a fan of any of this that you saw? If you are, leave a comment. And until the next video, stay well, stay safe. Peace.